Hello and welcome to This Week in Campbell Football, brought to you by our friends at Precision Ford. On this show, we will recap and show you highlights from Campbell's 31-16 win over Hampton, their fifth straight victory on the season. And Coach, tell me how your defense held one of the highest scoring teams in all of FCS to just 16 points, 20 points below their average. What went so right for your D?
Well, first of all, let me give credit to the coaching staff because these guys really had them ready to go, had these guys focused on the right stuff and the details of everything that was going on. So Coach Glosser, who was the leader in that deal, had his guys ready to go, man. When you playing defense, it's so important that you kind of eliminate the noise. What's important to really stopping this football team, and I thought the coaching staff did a great job of doing that, and that's what coaches should do. I mean, our job is to eliminate the noise and give them what's important, and then let the players go play. The players all bye week, and then the week leading up to the game, everybody was talking about let's finish 4 quarters. Let's dominate for 4 quarters. Let's not let a team get a lot of yards in the fourth quarter, and so that was their challenge. The other challenge was we had to stop the running game because if the Hampton running game gets started, then you could throw them deep balls to those receivers that they had and all that speed that they had on the football field. And so coming in, we wanted to stop the run and make it very difficult for them to do that. The other piece was we wanted to hit the quarterback. I think we hit him a lot. We got him off his point a lot. He was a strong guy because it was like 2 or 3 dudes that was on top of him, and he was still able to get the ball out. So, kudos to the defense, man, to hold that team to 16 points was unbelievable. I think they averaged about 36, and so just a great outing for them and great job by the coaching staff.
On the other side of the ball, Coach, your offense put up 36 points, and not only did they do that, but it seemed to be great balance, nearly 200 yards rushing and then over 200 yards passing. What was the cause for your balance in the game?
Well, I think, again, the coaching staff, we've got to give them credit. Coach Grimes and the offensive coaches. I mean, the offense is built for balance, and that's really what you have to do to win football games. You got to be balanced. You got to be able to throw the ball. You got to be able to run the football. And what I'm liking about our running attack right now is the fact that we can run the ball in the fourth quarter, and we kind of separating ourselves in the fourth quarter of doing that. And I think that's really what great football teams get it done is in the fourth quarter, and that's conditioning, that's strengthening, lifting those weights. That's why you do all that. It's for that period right there, and the offense has been doing a great job. Now, when you got a great quarterback, that helps, right? So, Malik Williams is a guy that can get the ball to a lot of different people, and we got a lot of weapons on offense to do it. Got a lot of great receivers that you can get the ball to. Tight ends are doing a great job in the passing game, but then the offensive line in the running game, when you got 4 great running backs, you can just keep putting them in and switching them out. That's really what it's about. And so, I just really like the way that we scheme defenses to take advantage of their weak spots and then make them play. And Coach Grimes has done a great job of that and putting up points. And I always felt like if we can get in the 30s, we got a chance to win that game.
It's a 5th straight win with ties a modern program record. You started 5-1, which is also a record for the 2nd straight year. Let's take a look at these great highlights as Campbell beats Hampton 31-16 on homecoming. Here's Malik Williams. He was running wild. He gained 107 because of some sacks, a net of 82, but it's moves like that. I zoomed in on this because just unbelievable what he does.
Yeah, you know what? He give him that slow, I call it the slow dead leg, and able to make people miss, but then he's able to do this too, put the ball on the money to another freshman and Kelsey, and he just outran the whole defense. Love his speed.
79-yard TD, freshman to freshman. That's a Jalen Kelsey. And then if Williams doesn't do enough, how about this? The double pass. You're a star receiver, Caleb Sneed. Look at this arm. How'd you draw this one up? What'd you see?
Hey, listen, this is all the offensive coaches. They've been working on this play for the last 5-6 weeks, and, you know, it was time to dial it up. We needed something to go, and great call by Coach Grimes in this situation, knowing that Hampton was going to be very aggressive and trying to stop us in the red zone, and great call, great execution.
And then your secondary, they shut down Hampton star receiver Jadakiss Bonds. Great plays.
Hey, Bonds is a great receiver, and our DBs was ready for the challenge. We knew we had to be physical, let them try to catch the ball underneath, and then make them pay for it.
And here is Williams again, nearly 200 total yards rushing. He looks fully healthy.
Oh, he's definitely he's a tough guy, and really leads the offense with his toughness.
And then your defense, that really is, Coach, the big story of this one. Late in the game, though, your special teams being special. That's a block extra point that kept Campbell in the lead. And then Campbell with an important drive here. They go back to the air. Look at this move, the various Gardner. Wow.
Again, Gardner is a guy from Florida. Speed, ability to make people miss in the open field. That's what we've been missing in the past, and that's what we have today.
And come on, Williams. Not only this escape, but take a look at this throw for Kelsey in the end zone.
Hey, listen, you do not want to do that, young quarterback, so please do not look at this and say, let me try this on Friday night. This is very, very difficult to do, and we do not recommend it. But if you make it, great job.
Your D, finishing strong. That was the one thing you said was their biggest weakness. Hampton in the fourth quarter. They tried it twice on fourth down in the fourth. You stopped them both times.
Hey, listen, they went for it 3 times, I believe, in the game, and they was 0 for 3. Great job by the defense of standing up, making the plays they had to make, and great job by the offense right here of putting the game away. Hawkins with some great moves in the fourth quarter. When everybody's tired, we keep going, and that's what it's all about.
Your depth coach, Hawkins had just 5 carries coming into this drive. He was fresh. He takes it to the house. This puts you guys up a couple of scores. But then, Coach, there's a final gasp for Hampton. It would have tidied up the score. I don't know if the game was in doubt, but you have been drilling into these guys' heads to finish, and they certainly do in the red zone. That's a big, big Moncovia Gaffney interception that really does put the icing on it.
It really does. I mean, just an athletic play. We know this kid is very athletic anyway at playing our will linebacker spot, but man, to be able to jump that high and catch the ball and come down with it, great job by Moncovia on that one.
Boy, you guys now 5-1 overall, 2-0 in the conference, but it's conference season and every week is a different challenge. Tell me about the challenges to take on Gardner-Webb, one of the best running backs in the entire league, as you'll go down to Boiling Springs this Saturday at 1:30.
Listen, this running back is for real. I've told our defense, you better get your big boy pads on this week, because this football team is going north and south. They're not going sideways. And the other thing, he's very patient, very patient. So he reminds you, so much of those type of running backs that's in the National Football League that has the ability to be patient, pick his spots, and then explode through the line of scrimmage. This is what you're getting in number 28. We're gonna have to bring everything that we have to be able to stop him in the run game. But they can throw the ball too. They got 3 receivers out there. They got a guy 6'4" on one side and 6'3" on the other side, and then they got this little small freshman that's in the middle that's fast. I mean, he probably a 4'2" kid that can run. They try to get him the ball in all different type of situations. He's one of their return guys, so he's a returner and he's a threat. I think he's one of the best in the country. And so you just got so many different weapons that you got to deal with when you talk about Gardner-Webb, and they so sound. So you talk about weapons, you talk about speed, you talk about size, you talk about a running back who's patient, who has the ability to break tackles. Man, it's a tough offense that you got to deal with. And then defensively, they're not going to give you anything. They're going to stay on top of your receivers. They're going to make you drive the football field, and they're going to run around. That number one, their middle linebacker guy from Charlotte, he's all over the place. It's amazing how I believe he's the heart and soul of that defense. He really gets those guys going. The secondary is playing really good. I think 21 is a long corner that's out there on the edge that those safeties they'll stick their nose in the run game and they'll hit you when they get there. This will be the most physical football team we've faced all year long, and we know what this is about because they came here last year and whooped us on homecoming. And so our guys will be prepared for a hard-fought nose game when we play these guys this weekend. It's going to be tough, but we're looking forward to it because every time that you win, the next week becomes that much bigger. And man, this is a great football team. I think Coach Carroll does a great job of having his guys ready physically, mentally, ready to rock and roll. And so we got to get on that bus, man, and be ready to go.
Campbell heads to hostile territory in Bowling Springs, North Carolina. 1:30 the kick this Saturday. We'll have it for you on ESPN Plus. Also audio live and local 88.3 FM and at GoCamels.com. We would love to see you on the other side of the state. If not, we'll see you next week for Coach Minner. I'm Chris Haymire saying so long from This Week in Campbell Football.